Is this a lab? Are we eating in a lab?
Sorry, Bambi.
Apple butter samurai.
It's not Italian.
I guess they're expecting me to pay for it.
You know the food's gonna be amazing when the views are this beautiful. Don't look up. There is a massive spider.
Saw it. Whoa. Even the spiders in this little area are beautiful. No, I'm not gonna poke them.
I think we teleported to like 100 years ago.
It definitely feels like that. Like, if you ever watch one of those murder mystery movies, and everybody shows up at the same time to one of those hotels.
So I'm really excited to try this restaurant because this restaurant has been in the same family for over, I think, 100 years now. And they specialize in local, like, old recipes, but they try to, like, modernize them. So let me just read you some of the dishes. So they have smoked salmon that they smoke themselves. They have some bougie snails and butter. They have something just called game with cabbage, truffle, and pomegranate. Some mountain potatoes with black truffle. I mean, and it's just, I'm so excited to eat here.
Okay, so really quickly before they come and take these menus, I noticed that I have the price on my menu.
Yeah,
because I'm the man, and Maryana does not have the price on her menu. So I guess they're expecting me to pay for it.
Don't break the glass. A start to a good meal always starts with local Prosecco. It's pink too.
So
the Prosecco's hitting you in the high elevation.
So I got the wine list here, and we're going ahead and looking at some of the prices on here, and good God, there's a bottle of Cristal on here.
Damn.
It's 2,100 euro. Amazing.
So I'll take two?
Two. But yeah, I'm not exactly sure what we're gonna choose because I don't really know what the menu is. So do we get a bottle of white? Do we get a bottle of red? I think we're gonna have to ask because I am lost. I wanna look through this and pretend like I know what I'm doing, but I really don't.
Vernon's still looking at the menu. We got our first complimentary, or like the first little starter, which is soup with veggies and deer, I believe she said, right? The lighting here is just amazing. Vern, you look like you need to be in like some cinematic movie. Like, it's just...
The lighting is really, really beautiful in here. Honestly, this might be the best lighting we've ever had from one of our videos. So that alone probably makes it worth a thumbs up.
Subscribe. Look at this. This has got to be the cutest little tortellini. If you're Italian, come on, you got to agree with me. Look how cute this tortellini is. That is adorable. What else is in there? It's like a little mystery. Gotta look for it. I think this is the deer meat. Yeah, it is. Sorry, Bambi. It tastes so much different than it looks.
Wow, what is it?
Deer.
Deer stock, right?
Yeah.
With smoked pumpkin. Oh my God. If you're not a fan of vegetables, this is probably the only way to eat vegetables from now on.
I love that even in Michelin restaurants, you just get a ton of homemade bread. Comment down below, what is your favorite piece of bread? We have house-made homemade salmon, horseradish, and like the cutest little salad. And we have even more fresh bread. We have Vernon. Camera eats first. This looks amazing. I love salmon, so I can't wait to try this. Also, the bread is, we couldn't wait. The salmon was too good. What do you think? I just want to highlight how beautiful this piece of salmon is. And this is probably in the top 3 of the best salmons I've ever had.
It's almost like an orange gold, right? Some of the salmons that we've had in the past have been kind of like a pink color.
But this, I didn't have to chew it. If you notice, it literally just melted. Like, it's gone. That's crazy. Sometimes the problem when you go to restaurants like this is I don't know how to eat the food. Like, are we supposed to eat that like with chopsticks?
Is it like the thought was nice, but the execution? Yeah, it's a good point. Is it like forceps? Is this a lab? Are we eating in a lab?
We're so uncultured. But the food is delicious. That's all that matters.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if we're uncultured because I don't really know what culture eats with wooden forceps. All right, so it's time for the reality. Did I pick a good wine or not?
First of all, I love the glasses. I never had the right glass for wine at the house, so I always learn whenever we go to like bougier restaurants. This is like, look at this glass. My head for scale. Wow. So something interesting, she poured the wine and she let it sit for like a good 5-10 minutes. Approved. Wow, Vern. You guys need to make sure to follow us on Instagram because look at these photos. This is like raw from camera. Like the lighting is just...
I don't think you've ever taken photos of me that good.
It's crazy.
And it's just the seat. It's just, they just gave us the seat here.
Wow. tataki.
Deer tartare?
Yeah, tataki.
Tartare.
First bite.
Sure, why not?
Deer tartaki.
Deer tartare.
So they didn't really explain what it was.
It
Usually
smells
they do,
amazing.
but
It's so soft, like just poking it. I think it's softer than the butter. So the outside tastes like there's like this fine powder on there. I don't know what it is. It's not what you would get when you char it, but it seems like something like that. There's a kind of a sauce or something on there. I don't know if that's olive oil or what there is, but it's cooked rare, I guess you could say. Not medium rare, but rare. Like this is very clearly red in the middle. And like I said, when I bite into it, it definitely has that gaminess of deer, but really, really smooth and really soft.
I love the fact that it's pomegranate season right now, and they have this deer paired with some type of almost like a yogurt, which is very like acidic and bitter. And weirdly enough, the deer is kind of sweet, so you have this like harmony of balance when you mix them together and you eat them. Oh my god! Yeah, Vernon's right. There's like some types of herbs on the outside of the deer, and it just creates this really interesting and intricate texture. Vern, what did you call yourself?
I kind of took the breadstick and I just went right through the butter and I called myself a butter samurai.
Are you creating a new dish?
It's probably not something they want you doing, but you know what? It's a new innovation.
Well, the butter is good, so you don't want it to go to waste.
Maybe I can teach the chef a thing or two.
And just like that, we're off to the next course. And this is chickpea soup with mussels. I love that we're like over 1,000 meters of elevation and they got mussels up here. I love it.
I love how you keep finding seafood even though you know it's something that I don't really care a whole lot about.
Oh, you gotta make the reservations.
Every time we go to nice restaurants, Maryana seems to find the most exquisite types of seafood.
But holy shit, those are the best mussels I've ever had.
What about the ones I got on my arms, baby?
These are the best mussels I've ever had. That is crazy. I don't know how these types of restaurants just always have the best ingredients. This blew me away. This is what I mean. Like restaurants like this is such a simple dish, but it's just probably been elevated to like its highest peak. And it's simple and it's very humble. It's nothing crazy, lab sciencey. It's a simple dish with the best ingredients possible. Let's get a quick opinion from a guy that doesn't like seafood.
I don't hate seafood.
But you don't like
I just haven't been convinced. I haven't been converted to the seafood religion yet. It's very passable because I don't really taste the mussels. I've had fishy mussels before, but this isn't fishy at all. So this is definitely a 10 out of 10 for me because it's mostly just the chickpea. And I think the mussels are kind of like very subtle in there. You know, you would think that they're the star of the show, but it's really the chickpea soup.
It's amazing. They know.
Every time we're recording, they come by. They're very attentive in a good way. And sometimes restaurants can be attentive in a pretty bad way. So like 2- and 3-star Michelin restaurants that we've been to, they can be so attentive to the point where the people will come by every single time you do something. You take a drink of your water, they're gonna come by and refill the glass. Take a drink of your wine, they're gonna come by and refill the glass. You get up to use the bathroom and you set your napkin on the table and they come by and they fold it for you and they put your chair back in. It's mind-blowing. This isn't like that, which I'm glad because sometimes that can be a little overwhelming. This is just the perfect amount.
So again, they keep giving us dishes that I'm not sure how to eat. Like, do I take out the bone and put the deer meat around into the risotto, or do I dip into inside of the bone and eat the meat first? Let's go for the meat first. It just seems more logical. So we have more deer. Perfect little bite. Smells amazing. Oh God, wow. Deer just has its own very unique flavor. It's just much more, it's a little bit chewier, but it has its like the aroma. And then we have our risotto Milanese. Risotto, because risotto comes from Milan, with saffron, right?
Yep.
Oh, I love risotto. I gotta mix them. So let's do a bite of this and a bite of that. So the risotto is kind of almost a little bit like sweet. It has like a weird tangy aftertaste, but the deer is kind of sweet with the onion that it has. So let's do them together and let's not it drip on me. Whoa!
All right, risotto just by itself. Whoa. Is that the saffron that makes it so perfumey?
Yes.
It's very perfumey. It tastes a little bit like I'm eating cologne. Okay, just the deer. Now I'm gonna mix them together. Oop.
It's such a harmony, right?
Whoever came up with this idea was a genius. The chef came by and he brought us a on-the-house kind of dish that he said it was grandmother used to make. The dish itself is kind of cool. It's like in this big leaf. It's really, really hot. He said it's green beans and smoked ricotta.
Simple.
My grandmother never made smoked ricotta, so I have to try this. I love my grandmother, but this is also pretty damn good. He's got a cool grandma.
I love green beans, and I also love like when the chef just comes out, like that's the actual chef. He just came by and it's like, hey, why don't you guys try this? Even before you eat the ricotta with the beans, you smell the ricotta because it is just so perfumey and so strong. Whoa. I feel bad because every Sunday we keep eating rabbits. There's not gonna be any rabbits left in the area.
It's funny because these are the kinds of things that we probably can't bring home to our dog because the portions are just too small for him to try. The lady told us that this is a local rabbit with vegetables and mushrooms. It's probably a lot more complex in Italian, but I think our English was limited, but that's okay. Everything on this menu has been so soft that you have to do very, very little to eat, but I think we've eaten so much and drank so much that my jaw is starting to get tired. The food is absolutely delicious. Everything is cooked almost exactly the same, so it's not like the mushrooms are softer or harder than the rabbit. Everything feels like it's just one dish rather than separate items.
I love these restaurants because they tell you it's a 6-course tasting menu, but it's never 6 courses because you get a little surprise gift, you get bonuses, you get all these other things. Like this is a pre-dessert to our dessert, and this is house-made recipe panna cotta. Wow. This feels like the healthiest panna cotta that I've ever had. Do you know what's crazy? We got dessert wine. But the wine in Italy is so good. I mean, come on.
In America, I knew that wine existed, obviously, but I didn't know that dessert wine existed.
Maybe you can tell what kind of fruit it is. I don't think it's passion fruit because everything here is local, so it's clearly not passion fruit. Is it pear? What is it?
I think it's apricot.
Apricot.
It's some kind of a citrus. Is apricot citrus?
It would be apricot season, I think, right now.
Yeah.
That would make more sense than passion fruit. It's acidic, but it's sweet. Let's see if we can get both of us in the frame. Ooh, we're in the frame.
I'm trying to swirl it to pretend like I know what I'm doing so people can respect me more. They don't give a shit.
Ooh. This one's good, but it's not as like creamy as the creamy. It's like thicker, like the one we had in Slovenia. That one was crazy.
The lady told us that this was like a French one.
That's why it's not that good. It's not Italian.
We gotta try it in France. Maybe it's different.
Funny enough, we're in the middle of nowhere in northern Italy, and I feel like this is the most American dessert I've ever had in Italy. So this is essentially almost like an apple pie with cinnamon, apples, and a bunch of other stuff. It doesn't matter. Let's see what it tastes like.
At this point, with this much wine, I think we started to forget what we were eating. Wow. I'm so glad we take pictures and video.
This is definitely a very unique Italian dessert. And I think it's because of the region we are in. And we are so close to Germany. We are so close to Austria. They definitely start to see in this Bologna region the influence. Wow, so this is definitely very close to like in the family of the apple strudel. But with the cinnamon ice cream, which is very potent. Wow. And the apples they're hot, so they're melting the ice cream and it's dripping. But the apples are like cooked and they have that little like cinnamon glaze. I know in English there's a phrase as American as apple pie. How would you rate this? Let's see.
God, dude.
Try it with the ice cream. It's just incredible.
This isn't a pie. This isn't an ice cream. This isn't a strudel. This isn't any of those. And somehow it's all of those at the same time. But holy smokes. Normally we eat apple pie and things like Thanksgiving in the fall time. This is easily the best version of whatever that is I've ever had. And I don't even think it's a pie. I just think it's something else entirely. But it's amazing either way.
It's very cozy. It's like a sweater hug wrapped up in a spoonful, right? I think you can say I am a kid in a candy shop. This is the craziest dessert I think I've ever seen in my life.
This is literally etc. WTF. I don't know what you call it. They didn't even describe this one. They're like, look, English, Italian.
Bene.
I don't know what the hell this is. This is like random stuff. Sometimes it looks like there's sweet stuff. I'm gonna grab this thing. It looks like a snail.
Okay.
It looks like a fig, actually, like a candied fig. Okay.
Is it hard? Ooh, it is. Ooh. So I think these things on top, if you can see these, oh, they are. I think it's just like melted sugar that hardened.
Oh, yeah.
And then you have like the cute little pastries on the bottom. And I think all of them are different.
Everything is completely different. There's some macaroons in there. There's pieces of chocolate. This thing has pistachios. Everything else on the top is covered in like this crystal sugar.
Does it taste as cute as it looks?
Yeah.
So I think this is the same as yours, but I think this is a grape. And I always wondered what like a sugar-coated grape would taste like. It's hard. Oh my God. Oh my God. Wow.
So it's candied, but does it still count as you eating your fruits and vegetables?
Yes. So the grape is super sweet because of the outer coating, but the grape itself is... I'm also gonna go for this questionable brown looking thing. I don't know what this is.
Chocolate. It has to be chocolate, right?
It's kind of minty. It's definitely chocolate. It's like a milky chocolate. I think there's some type of pistachio. Almost like rice on the inside. Vernon, we survived.
Dude, that was like 3 hours.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh shit, it was.
It was almost exactly 3 hours to the minute.
How would you rate this place?
I'd say, you know, this place was definitely a 10 out of 10. I can understand why these places have stars, Michelin stars, because everything that they do, from the experience, the service, the friendliness of the staff, the decor, the views, everything is just top notch. And the food, as much as you think that like you're looking at it, you're thinking, oh, it's only 6 courses, everything's kind of small. They give you 6 courses, plus they give you like 3 or 4 other ones that they bonus courses that they don't even tell you about.
We also got to meet the awesome chef. He's such a character.
He was super cool. So that's been it. Stay tuned, subscribe, hit the like button. Let us know if you want us to check out any other restaurants in Italy. But until next time, ciao.
Is that a spider? Is it real?
That.
Don't. Oh. No. Vernon. Ew.
That's a spider. That looks like a pregnant spider too. She looks like she's got a couple stink bugs in there.
Camera does not pick up how big that is. That's like a silver dollar spider right there.